Hi everyone, this is Denise. I'm going to do a video tutorial to go along with Leslie's live chat tutorial that she did earlier today, just to explain and show you where some of the things are on the screen if you aren't familiar with them. They're going to make the instructions available to print out, so I would suggest that you do that and then have those with you and you can follow along. First, we're going to do a graphic and a shape, and in order to do that, we have to get our graphic. So step number 1 says click on File and Place Image. So come up here to your top toolbar. Here's File. Go down to Place Image. Click on that. And then you'll need to find where you saved the hedgehog image that Leslie gave us. I put mine right on my desktop to make it easy. So I'm going to get it. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click Open. And here it is on my Scal mat. Now I'm going to drag it and make it bigger just so I can see it. Now when you put the image on your mat, if it looks like this, just a blank box, you need to go up to your top toolbar, click on View, and click this top Show Outlines Only, and that will fix it. Okay, now we need to put this in the center of our mat. It will make things a lot easier. To do that, we're going to use our Align buttons. They're over in your Properties box. I have mine on my right-hand side here. They're under the Nudge buttons. It's going to click the center button in the top row and the center button in the bottom row. Those are your vertical and horizontal align. Now your graphic is centered in the middle of your page. Okay, step number 2, we're going to click on the circle shape in the Shapes table. I have my Shapes table over here on the left. You can also click up here in your toolbar to get your Shapes table. We're going to click on the circle. So do that. Now we need to size this to fit around our graphic. So we're going to drag it bigger, move it over. You don't want it a lot bigger. You can always adjust it. Now we're going to align that back over here with our align buttons, the vertical and horizontal. So now we have a centered circle over our graphic. Now step number 3 says click on both objects at once. So to do that, we're going to draw a box around them. Take your mouse, your cursor, go up in the corner, hold your left mouse key down, and just drag. You drag this box around everything. When you let go, it's all selected. Now step 4, we are going to change the size of this. Your size boxes are in your Properties window. You have width and you have height. Make sure Keep Proportions is checked and go to the width, and we're going to type in 3. That's a good size for an A2 card. Now it's resized both of those for us. Now for step 5, we're going to move the entire thing to the upper left area of our mat. So we're just going to get a hold of that and just put it over there. Okay, so that's all set. Now step 6, we have to make sure our layers window is showing. Mine is. If yours isn't, you need to click the Windows layers, and you should have 2 items. You can move these. In here we have our circle, and then we also have our graphic. You're going to click the eye right here next to your circle, and that's going to shut it off. That's what those eyes do. They turn your layers off and on. That was step 7. Now for step 8, we're going to print. So you go back to File, you click on Print, and then your printer box should come up, and just click Print and do whatever you need to do. Now this is going to print it out from my printer. While that's doing that, we're going to go back over here to our Layers window. We're going to click the dot to turn the circle on, and we're going to click the eye on this one, and it's going to turn off our graphic. So now we have our circle there, and we're not going to do anything to it. Okay, so now you should have gone to your printer and got your paper. In step number 11, you're going to take that paper with your graphic printed on it, and you're going to put it on your Cricut mat. You're going to align it in the upper left-hand corner. You want to be careful and get it as close to those edges. The more accurate you are here, the better it's going to do. Now for step number 12, you're going to insert your mat into your Cricut like you're doing a normal cut. Step 13, click the scissors so that it will cut. And step 14, you now should have your hedgehog graphic cut out in a perfect circle. And that's all there is to it. Okay, so that was our first one. So now I'm going to open up a new page here. I'm not going to save this. Next, we're going to do text in a shape. This is going to be like my favorite, I think, because we can do so many things with this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take your text tool, click on your mat, you're going to type Happy Birthday. That's what we're going to use. You can change it to whatever font you want. Just get it how you want it. And then let's see, I'm going to grab my arrow key. All right, now we're going to get, actually I'm going to go ahead right now. I'm just going to center this like we did the hedgehog. I'm going to come over my properties box and hit my 2 align buttons so it's in the center. Now we're going to get an oval out of our shapes box. It's down here. I'm going to click on that. This is step 15. You're going to drag it so that it'll fit around your word. Get a hold of it. I think I want it a little smaller. Okay, I'm going to use my align buttons again and get that centered. Okay, that looks good. So step 16 is we're going to grab both of them again. You do that by holding down your left mouse button and drawing a box around it. That selects them both. Now we need to change the size again because this is too big. But just like before, we're going to come over here to our width button. Key proportions is checked. And we're going to put 3 in again. That's a good size. Now, step number 18, we're going to move it up to the upper left corner again, just like before. Now, step 19, we need our layers box again. Okay, we want to click off the oval. We want just our text showing. Oh, I forgot to mention too, you can change the color of your text if you want. Red is fine for now, but you just change it in the colors. If you double click, it gives you a color. Click blue. Click OK, and there it changes. So you can print whatever color you want, which is really going to be nice. Now you're going to go on step, I think on step 21, yes. File, we're going to print. You're going to click your print button, tell it to print. That's going to once again send it to your printer and print. Okay, 22, you should have a print with the words happy birthday on the upper left of your paper. Now we need to go back to our layers window. We're going to shut happy birthday. Well, I actually just turned the oval on. You can do it in whichever order you want. I'm going to shut happy birthday off. You just want your shape to show now. So you're going to take your piece of paper with your happy birthday printed on it. You're going to align it on your Cricut mat in the upper left corner, just like you did before. 25, you're going to put it in your Cricut. And 26, you're going to click cut, just like you would for any normal cut. And now you should have your happy birthday cut out in a perfect oval. It's really easy. I can just, now you could also, you could do. For our third option, we're going to do a shape silhouette cut. So we're going to start with number 28 now. We're going to once again go to File, click on File, click Place Image, and we're going to find the teardrop creature. Wherever you have it saved, you're going to click on that. You're going to open it, and once again, it's going to be on your Cricut mat. So we're going to change him to 5 inches high. So over in our properties box and our height, we're going to put a 5 in, click enter, and he's at 5. Now we're also going to center him. So we're going to use our align buttons once again. So we have our image on our mat and centered. Now we're going to use our File Trace button, which is up here in our top toolbar. Going to click on that. You're going to browse and find that same teardrop image again. You're going to open that. Click OK. And here we have him. We're going to size him to 5 also because we want him to be the same size. Now we need to click over here in the appearance box by style where it says normal. We're going to change that to blackout. Now, for whatever reason, it only took away one eye, and it was supposed to take away both. So what we're going to do to get the outline shape that we need is we're going to come up here to Object, click Break Apart, click on that, and that's going to give us our shape. But now our center buttons aren't going to work right because we don't have this box around it. But first, I'm going to drag a box around the stuff that we don't need and delete that. And then I'm just going to eyeball this the best I can to get it on there. We may be able to figure out why it wasn't working the same for everybody later, but for now we can't. So now we're going to select both objects together just like we've been doing. We're going to draw the box around it. Once it's all highlighted, we are now on step 30. We're going to move this to the upper left-hand corner of our mat. We are going to use our height and width keys to size this to fit our card. Once again, we're going to go to width and change that to 3, hit enter, and that's the size that we want it. Okay, so we are now on step 33. We're going to go back to our layers palette. And it's the same process that we've done the other 2 times over and over again. Now we're going to print now, so we need to shut our shape off. So our green teardrop is our shape. So click that eye, and we have just our little guy showing. So once again, go up to File, click on File, select Print. Your box for your printer comes up. Just do what it tells you. You're going to print it. And that's going to go to your printer. Now we need to switch our layers. So we're going to go back over to our layers palette. Click the dot to turn that on. Click the eye to turn it off. Now we have our shape. So when your printout is done, align that in the upper corner of your mat. And go up to your scissors and click Cut. And that's what you need to do. And you'll have a teardrop cut out. Now you're probably going to have a little bit of a white margin somewhere. This isn't completely perfect yet. There's error when you put your mat in, error when you put your paper on your mat. So you may have to fiddle with it and find out what works best for yours. But I hope this helped explain it a little clearer for you, and thanks for watching.